back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I thank you for your love and for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, so if you are new to the channel, you are highly and very welcome. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I would appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button. And then you can follow me on all of my social media platforms: Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all at Stylish Naija. If you want to register for my online classes, you can just see my number scrolling through the screen. Send me a message on WhatsApp, and then I'll give you the details of the classes we have. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to sew this back design for this dress. So the back loops and then the yoke. That's what we're going to learn how to do today. So I already have my pattern here. I have my pattern for the down bodies, and then this is the yoke. So we're going to be working on this. So we're going to be attaching it around the dart area. So it is always better that way. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut open my darts here and then determine what I want. So I've opened my dart. The next thing, I'm going to determine how long I want it to be, because it's going to stay here. So I'm going to determine how long I want it to be. I want it to, it's not going to be as long as this. So I'm just going to use my measurement. So I'll check it from here to know how many inches. So I'm going to do it. I want it to be about 3 inches. I want it to be about 3 inches or 3.5. So after sewing, it's going to reduce because I'm going to sew it and turn it. So I'll use 3.5 inches. So I'll just come here like this, and then I'll mark my 3.5 inches. I'll cut this out like this. So the next thing is the length. I'm just going to eyeball it from here. I don't want it to get to the top too much, and I don't want it to get to the bottom too much. So I just want it to stay in between. So I think I have, so it's going to stay like this. So I'll check this out now. I have 1.5 inches from the top, and then 1.5 inches also from the bottom. So which is okay. So I'm just trying to check my yoke. So I think I'm going to use I'll use to 2 inches. So I'll still reduce it more. So this is 2 inches here. And then from the down, 2 inches. So I'll just notch my zip allowance part so I will not turn it the wrong way. So this is what I'm going to have. So I'm trying to double check everything to make sure. Okay, so I think what I have is okay. So 2 inches from the top, 2 inches. You can do it however you want to do this. So this now, so the next thing is the yoke. So for the yoke, so I have my yoke here. So I'm just going to cut the back. I'm going to let it look like a Queen Anne yoke at the back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure. So why I'm doing this is my neckline. My neckline entered because this is both the back and the front yoke. So I just folded it like this. So that's for my neckline. So I'm going to determine how wide I want the back piece to be. That's how wide. So you can determine that, you understand? Or you can actually determine that. So I'm using 3 inches. I don't want it to be too wide. 3 inches because of my front neckline. So that 3 inches, I'm just going to mark it like this. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have this. So if you want to do a round one, if you want to do a round yoke, depends on what you want. You can do a round one. If you want to do a straight one, but mine, I want mine to be sharp. That's like sharp straight. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to cut this out. So it will look like a Queen Anne yoke at the end of the day for my back piece. You can do any yoke of your choice. So now we're going to check and make sure to see what we have. So you can see what we have here. So at the end of the day, the back is going to look really beautiful. You understand? This part is going to come and then the other one is going to stay like this. So it looks good and okay. So now we're going to go. So this, I'll transfer them to my fabric. So I'm going to be making use of this fabric. So I'll just fold and then I'll cut it out. Okay, so you can see my built outer built cup panel. So I'm going to take it back to my machine. I'll sew on 3 sides. So this side is the side that will enter into the dart part. So the side that will enter inside the dart part, I'm not going to sew it. So I'll just sew like this, and then turn. And then after sewing that, I'll turn it out, and then I'll leave this side. I'll place this like this, and then stitch them down on the allowance part. So that's what I'll go and do, and then I'll bring it back and show you. Okay guys, so you can see I finished sewing it, so it looks really good. So this part and chambers, I'm going to cut my boning, and then I'm just going to insert it in tiny. It's not very fat, so I'll share the boning into two and just pass one through here, and then pass the other one through here. So that's what I will do. The mask can really fray. Okay, so the next thing now, I have my yoke. So this is the yoke. So I've cut out my lining. So I'll take this back to my machine. I'm going to go and sew on this part. So this is the only part I'm sewing on my lining. That's I'm turning this part because this part is the shoulder part. So I'm not going to sew this part. I'm not going to sew this shoulder part. Just this part is what I'm going to sew. I'll do that. Turn it. So after doing that, I'll turn it and then I'll place it here. So this is how I'm going to place it. I'll use the second line as my guide. I'll place it here. So the more you come this way, the more this back part is going to be open. So mine, I don't want this part to be too open. So I'll just shift, since my armhole is still secure, I will just shift this a little bit and then I'll start stitching it from here. I'll just stitch it down. I'll just stitch it straight and then I'll bring it back and show you how it's gonna look like. Okay guys, so at the end of the day, so you can see how it looks like. So I'm done. The only thing that is remaining now is just for me to put my eyelets, but I'll finish sewing the dress before I will do that, and then join the front and the back on the shoulder part. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, you can hit on the like button. So for this, if in case you don't want to add this external panel on it, you can add your loops directly here. That's if you want to use loops. If you don't want to use eyelets, because I'm using eyelets, that's why I added this external one. But if you want to add loops, you can just add your loops from this dart line straight, and then you at the end of the day you still add your zip, and then you can still lace to snatch your waistline inside. So thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye.